How you doing, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is You Too Can Be Great. Good morning. So y'all saw the title. We're going to discuss what's going on between Tommie Lee and her daughter Samaria. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with social media. Y'all know that if you have been, you know that Samaria is currently pregnant at 17 years old, I believe. She's about 7 months or so in, and she's due soon. And the controversy with her being pregnant is that she's been going around on social media saying that Tommie wanted her to have an abortion at 7 months pregnancy. Now, first of all, 7 months, that's a whole, a whole human being at that point. I don't see the point of that. But people are getting mad at Tommie for having the opinion that she has regarding her daughter being pregnant. And when I saw a video with Tommie, which I'm going to show y'all clips of it, Tommie had said that it took her 4 months to leave the house and go to jail. And she said that she went to jail because she was now checking her other daughter about being disrespectful. And of course, she did it in a very physical manner, like she always does, which is picking a fight and fighting her own children like they're just people off the street. She reminds me of Sky from Black and Crew and how Sky handles her children. She's beating them up like they're just some, you just some stranger and you beating their ass. But she said that she went to jail for 4 months. And in those 4 months is how long it took for her 17-year-old daughter to get pregnant. I'm not using that as a legitimate excuse because 4 months is not all it takes for a 17-year-old to get pregnant. Your daughter had to have been having sex prior to that. Maybe she didn't use protected. She was unprotected in her actions. However, I want to show y'all some clips on what Samaria had said. And then I'm going to show y'all some clips on what Tommie said. And I'm going to come back with my opinion. All right? Here we go. I'm going to play it. Hold on. Push play.
I'm not feeling nobody sit here and just make me out to be somebody I'm not. So.
Did I pause it?
With that being said, after I went to LA, and y'all believe me, the same people that flew me out there and the same person that fake had no abortion. Okay, like, it doesn't make sense, y'all. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, let me just go ahead and get into the story so I can be done with this whole thing, okay? I went to LA and I was just there with my mom. Everything was going normal. Everything was going fine. Like we haven't seen each other in forever. Okay, so we was going out and looking for things for the house, and she had just got her house or whatever. And after we just was vibing or whatever, she mentioned my auntie having no at 7 months. Mind y'all, I never told y'all that they was trying to get me to have an abortion at 7 months. Okay, I was 5 months pregnant at the time. And you can do the math. My auntie just had her baby. I only have 2 months until I have mine, okay? So, I was 5 months pregnant. So, she mentioned to me that my auntie had just had her at 7 months pregnant. So, I'm like, that's not true. She was too far along. Like, I just wasn't believing it at all. Like, I didn't believe nothing my mom was saying until my auntie had flew down there. Okay, so before I even got to LA, my auntie called me. And she called me on the phone. And she was like, your mom sounds very, very sick. I think you need to go out there. She's asking for you, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay, that's my mom. I'm going regardless. My dad didn't want me to go. My boyfriend didn't want me to go. Nobody wanted me to go down there, but I'm like, okay, I'm going. Like, we haven't been talking, but I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go. This is my mom. Like, this is my mom. I'm going to LA. So they got the flights or whatever, and it's supposed to be some white texting me or whatever, acting like they're the neighbor, but it's really my mom. So she acting like she's the neighbor or whatever, and saying that they're going to be picking me up and she's in the hospital. She's not doing well. She's in a bad condition, whatever they're saying. Okay, I got messages. The ones that's posted. I didn't think Shade Room was going to get it or whatever, but they did, and it's posted, so you can go see for yourself. Anyways, yeah, it's looking like she's sick. So I get down there and she comes pick me up. It wasn't the white person that was supposed to be coming to come pick me up or the neighbor she was talking about. It was her. So she picked me up and we're on our way and we're just getting stuff for the house basically. And that's when she mentioned the abortion and everything and so on and so on. So I didn't believe it until my auntie actually flew down there. So after the fact, we had got the whole house together and everything. Like I thought I was moving back in with my mom. I thought everything was going back to normal the way everything was going. Like it was just going that way. Like that's my mother. It wasn't going. There's my mother, basically. I'm just gonna put it like that. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna move back in or whatever. She's telling me to fix up my room, and that's just how stuff is going. So if you tell me to fix up my room, okay, I'm back. I'm moving back in. Like, that's how anybody else will feel. So, anyways, next day, my auntie get there, and my mom bring up the to me, basically like, are you gonna have the like, you need to have it, basically. And that's when you seen that I just didn't want to have it. Like, I didn't want it at all. Like, I kept trying to explain to her that I didn't want it. She kept calling me stupid or whatever, da-da-da-da. But anyways, my auntie gets there and she tells me that she had the. So I'm like,
okay, I'm gonna stop there for her because I'm gonna go ahead and play Tommie's response to what the situation was, because I feel like you guys need to hear that one as well, to some of the stuff that she said in response to what her daughter was doing. And this is what Tommie said. Hold on. Let's make sure I can see her face.
Ultimately, it's been about strangers. So basically, I was with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you know, I'm listening. I'm following instructions, basically, from people that has been in the industry longer, who knows more, who, you know, is professional. And this situation right now, I don't agree with the fact of addressing, you know, family matters or really ultimately any matters on social media. Because for one thing, I know that the people that you're talking to, they really don't care. They don't care, and at the end of the day, it's humorous for them. It's, you know what I'm saying, it's a laugh, it's a kiki for them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, they're going to go on about their life. They're going to go on about their business. So you never really see me addressing, you know, things that are personal on the internet. I feel like that's whack. But when it comes down to my family, and anybody that knows me, they know how I am and how hard I go for my family. Y'all know my struggle. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know, like, bits and pieces of, you know, how I come up. My take on abortion, my take on anything of that nature is this. I could put it to you like this. The reason why I feel so strongly about that opinion for females to have a say-so about their body is because this is something that you are never going to be able to undo. You're never going to be able to undo having a child. And ultimately, I've come from a broken home. My brothers came from a broken home. A lot of my peers came from a broken home. And it caused us to make some weird decisions because ultimately our parents wasn't there. And we didn't have no role models. We didn't have nobody to look up to and things like that. So basically, you're not given a manuscript on how to parent. You're not given a manuscript on how to handle X, Y, and Z. There's no book out. When you in that labor and delivery room, there's no book out to show you when you leave here how to address X, Y, Z. You get what I'm saying? So me, I would rather my take on abortion, yeah. I would rather a teen live their life, because I was a teen and I had a baby young, and I didn't have nobody. I didn't have anybody to tell me this or this is what you should do or that. I didn't have none of that. So ultimately, my decision to my child that I think so highly of and that I love is that I don't want her to ever face the things that I face. I don't want her to ever go through that. I want you to be in your dorm room. I want you to complete high school. I want you to have wild parties. I want you to live out these years of your life, because you never get them back. You never get these years back. You're never going to get your 20s back. You're never going to be able to be a teenager again. Ever. So that is...
Okay. Now, y'all can go and finish the clip later on or finish watching it later on if you choose to. But for me, after listening to Samaria speak and after listening to Tommie speak, I have to be honest with you. As much as I don't approve with Tommie's solution to the issue, I empathize with her because I understand where she's coming from. Now, I know many people might say, you know, Tommie's been in and out of prison. She reminds me of Sky. She hasn't been there for her kids. She got indicted on some abuse situations not too long ago. She's on Love and Hip Hop picking fights with people. She can't put down the liquor. You have to understand that Tommie, after you observed her relationship with her mother, even she had one clip, I think, where I'm going to see if I can find that clip where her and her sister Versace were meeting up because the mom wanted them to get along. And Tommie was ready to beat up Versace, and she did not want to take responsibility for what she caused between her and her sister. I'm gonna show you that clip right now of what happened. Here we go. Hold on.
Hey guys.
Love you.
Hey Tasha.
I love y'all. I want y'all to interact with us as a family.
I feel what you're saying, Ma. I think you should let her talk, like say her piece.
Yeah, I mean, it's hours, so I feel like it's been a year since we, resolved our issues. You kind of raised me like a second mom, so I'm kind of over it.
Sachi, I had to go to court for months over this.
Okay.
So when you sit here and say things while she talking, like, what's the problem? That's the problem.
I didn't call them on you, though. We know that.
You didn't call them off either.
I did.
When
they called me, She asked me what I wanted to do. I said I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't call them, so I didn't want to press charges against you.
Listen, this is what I'm saying right here. Okay. I got a court situation because of you.
No,
I'm sitting here. You sitting here because of her. You sitting here because of her.
I don't have to.
You sitting here because of her.
I'm good.
Okay, bye. I'm good.
We can stop all of this.
She white now. Where your voice come from? Where your voice come from?
Bitch, bye. I bitch have a good and you mistalk. And you mistalk. No! Get the she thought. Bitch, I was bleeding. At my job. Do you want round 2 or not? What's up? Bitch. She mad because she got her ass beat once. What's good?
Okay. That is the type of dynamic and that's the type of relationship that Tommie has fostered with her relatives. She's already, she's quick to anger. She's quick to fight somebody. She doesn't know how to control herself. This is the type of, this is the type of family that she grew up in. So for me to sit here and listen to Tommie talk about how she doesn't want her daughter to go through the same thing, it makes sense to me because Tommie said herself that she came from a broken home. Her entire family came from a broken home. Her mom and her don't have a good relationship. I'm gonna show you a clip between her and her mom. I mean, it's ridiculous the type of dynamic, the type of family dynamic that she grew up in. So with all this, hold on, I'm gonna play this.
What's wrong, honey? Come here.
Listen, don't.
Come here.
Don't grab me like that.
Hold the heck on, because that just messed me up. Hang on.
Yeah.
You tried to call me?
Yeah. You be so busy when I go to jail every time.
So you mad at me?
A lot of people have been doing me like really shady through this whole ordeal. You didn't answer the phone for me either, or none of this. You want to play like you just don't know what the hell was going on.
Take her back, Jerry. Get from here.
You serious? Take me back?
You talking to me? I'm a mother. I'm here watching your kids.
How many times did I bond her out?
What the
Take me back. You see my true colors. Take me back to jail. Take me back to jail. This is what I've been dealing with my whole entire life. Like, my mom has never raised me like the streets did. The group home's dead, juvenile. I raised my damn self.
I want you to shut your mouth right now. Shut it up.
Or what?
Can Jerry take you to jail?
Why would you even say something like that? You serious? You think that's cool? Take me
Do you
her back?
think it's cool for you to say just say
What
it?
the I said to you? I ain't said nothing but the
Man, I don't care nothing about that. I don't give I don't care nothing about you guys. Leave,
Keep
bitch.
trying me.
You want to leave? You want to do this to me? I'm out. You stupid bitch. I'm your mother.
Okay. So y'all get the point, okay? And word out the street is her mom is currently in jail again. She's back there. This is the type of upbringing that Tommie had. This is the type of environment she grew up in, which made her the way that she is. Now, her daughter Samaria getting pregnant to me is not a shock, because the percentage of you being raised in a single parent household is already higher for people to go out there and have children young, have them out of wedlock, have them before they finish out an education. It's like on 90% scale. You add that, a single parent, to the fact that Tommie also grew up in a very toxic environment, and she has somewhat provided that same environment for her children to be in the same way, because she wasn't raised properly. So now the percentage of that happening to her children escalates to double that. So am I shocked that Samaria found herself in this position? No. But hearing Tommie speak, regardless of how many issues she has, regardless of how many toxicity she has, regardless of the alcohol issue that she might have, I can see that when she speaks, she's speaking as somebody who does love her children. She may not know how to express it the right way. She loves her child. She does not want her child to experience the type of struggles that she has had to experience to get to where she's at, because she's still working through her spirit. Her spirit is still not pure. She's still trying to, fight her demons. And here she is now, still trying to get herself together, trying to be a parent to these young adults and to these young teenagers. And then to find out that she's now going to be a grandmother. She's now supposed to be responsible. Samaria said something in her video about how she thought that she was going to move back into her mom's house. You're 5 months pregnant at the time. You expect you and your newborn baby to now go and live with your mom, so that way your mom can take care of you and your newborn baby. Now, I've read some of the comments below, people talking about what in Tommie's video, saying that, oh, well, all children are a gift from God. I'm going to address something, because I know that there are single parents who watched it, who watch me and stuff like that. And I hope I don't offend you when I do say this, but I mean this because I need you to understand this. If you're going to bring God into the conversation, then you need to bring the entirety of what God stands for into the conversation. You're saying that all children are a gift from God. God did not sanction fornication, nor did he sanction bastard children. And by definition, of bastard children in scripture are children born to unmarried parents. So when you're saying God, a gift from God, you need to accept all aspects of it, because if God's in the picture, technically you're not even supposed to be fucking in the first place. That's just a fact. And the reason behind it is because of situations like this. Doing it recklessly means that you will have a child recklessly, because Samaria now, as young as she is now going to be a single parent. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have a career. Like Tommie said, she still hasn't finished her education. What's she going to do? She's going to end up on welfare, using tax dollars to support herself and the children that she's going to have, because she's going to end up having more, because she does not see the error of her ways and the difficulty that she's going to have to experience. 18 years is a long time, and taking care of a child is it's a huge expense. And the child, the other teenager that she chose to have sex with to make this baby, is not in a financial position to provide for these babies as well. So Tommie explaining to her the significance of what she has done and try to get her to see the error of her ways, the way that she went about it, I don't agree. But I understand her mindset and why she feels like this was a bad decision for her daughter. Her saying it took 4 months for Samaria to get pregnant in that video, if you keep watching it, is a lie, because Samaria has been having sex prior to 17 years old. She was just happened to get pregnant now. Now, I'm speaking not because I'm saying as if, because I don't have any children of my own yet. My fiance does have children. However, let's be clear. I'm not oblivious to what it's like for single parents, because I have an older sister. Okay. She's 40 years old. She got pregnant at 18. She wasn't raised with me. She was raised with her mother. My parents were divorced before I was born. Her mom and my dad were divorced, and she was raised by them. My father had said, send her to me. Let me take care of her. She needs to be around me, because I can tell her things about how guys are going to try to manipulate her in her young age, because all they're thinking about is sex, sex, sex. And her mom refused. And at 18 years old, when she was in her first semester at Howard University, supposedly she wanted to be a lawyer, she got pregnant, and she ended up being a single parent, struggling, has yet to get, she's still fighting to get herself the way that she, to the place that I know that she's intelligent enough to be. And lo and behold, what happens? My 20-year-old nephew, the boy that she had 20 years ago, who just turned 20 this past April, is now sending me a message talking about, you're going to be a great auntie. I was so pissed. I sent him congratulations, because I know that's what he wanted to hear. But I also asked him, do you sure this is what you wanted to be in, to find yourself in? Because at 20 years old, he dropped out of college because he think it wasn't for him. He tried all these fast money-making situations that he can get. It's still not panning out, because he's trying to find the easy way out of life. He doesn't want to put in the work it takes to get to where you want to be. Now, he didn't got his girlfriend pregnant, and she was not the first one who got pregnant. He had his previous girlfriend pregnant, but for some reason, she either had a miscarriage or something happened to where she wasn't pregnant no more. I don't know the full story. But less than a year, he now got his current girlfriend pregnant, and he got her pregnant within 4 months of being in a relationship with her. And he's like, I'm so excited of seeing my son. I'm so happy. But he had moved himself into the woman, his baby mom's now to be her mother's house. So now that that woman is now supposed to take care of her 19-year-old pregnant daughter and my nephew, who doesn't have a job, doesn't have anything to use to provide for this baby. All they have is love and penis to give to each other. He has no idea. My fiance had to call him and say, do you have any idea what child support is, what I'm having to pay for right now? Do you have any idea how much it is for formula? He had to break it down to him. Like, formula is, do you know how much ounces is in one can of formula, and how many ounces of formula a baby's going to go through per day, and how much you're only going to have to spend on formula alone? Do you know how much you're going to have to spend on clothes, shoes, because the babies are growing rapidly? That doesn't even include rent and food for yourself. You don't have a job right now. You're thinking that this is going to be lovey-dovey, but you know what he's thinking in his head? He's going to walk himself down to the county office, get on food stamps, cash aid, and whatever benefits that he can get from her and him. They're going to go on WIC and use it to support themselves, living under her mother's household, trying to raise a child when they themselves are children with no aspirations of their own. That is the future that he has created, and he's going to bring his child into a struggle lifestyle. Now, he's on the phone talking about, I'm out here grinding and struggling. You have never been to prison. You don't have any excuse to be struggling. You have family members in your household who are willing to support you and provide for you while you go to college and get a career going. You chose to suffer. You want me to feel sorry for you? This is the type of life that Samaria has now created for herself, because Tommie is now on TV. She's got some money. She's out there modeling. She's out there doing endorsements. She's making money to where if Samaria wanted to go to college and provide, and really get herself where she wants to be, Tommie would have been able to help her get there. Now that she's now made herself a mother, she now has to spend all her time. It is not easy for a young girl to take care of a newborn baby, okay? Live in her mom's house, get food, get clothes, pay rent, do all the things that you're supposed to do as a parent, providing for that baby, and still go out and chase your dreams. I'm sorry, it is not okay. Y'all know that 4 out of 5 of our families back in the day, before welfare was a huge thing, had 2-parent households, to where our children were at least I think that right now, back then it was hard to meet a man who did not have the mindset of, I gotta work, I gotta provide for my house, I gotta be there, I have responsibilities. Now, with the whole welfare epidemic and this ass backward system that's going on, we have maybe 1 out of 5 with a 2-parent household. The other 4 are out there now, single parents raising other single parents to be. Tommie is not wrong as the parents have the opinion that she has. I think that she's going about it the wrong way when it comes to instilling values in the child. She done made her decision. She's going to have this baby, and she's going to, she's going to be a single parent. That's just what it is. The cycle is going to repeat itself by way of her. I don't think that shunning her and, being angry with her is the best approach to take. I think that you might need to, but it doesn't seem like the dark Samaria is willing to listen. She's made up her choice. She believes she's in love. They didn't have pillow talk. He told her he wanted her to have his baby because Samaria is a beautiful girl. Tommie is a beautiful girl. Versace is a beautiful girl. Their mama got some beautiful kids. I don't know why she kept getting herself in jail, but she got some beautiful kids. And here they are. But now we have kids raising kids. At this point, that's what it is. And then after some time, Samaria is 17. She thinks she's going to spend the rest of her life with this guy that she didn't have a baby with. In a couple years, when that baby's out and that boy finds the next new thing, he's going to start chasing the new young thing. Child support is going to get into it. He's going to be paying child support, paying the system back for the money they're giving her on welfare. And then people are saying, oh, well, what about if Samaria gets a lot of money off of YouTube now that she's a YouTuber? Samaria is piggybacking off of Tommie. That's what she's doing. And the chances of her being successful, being that this is how she presented herself, is very slim. The only people who are going to watch her show are people who like drama. That's what's going to be the case. And that's not a good future to have either, because she's still growing up. So anybody who's trying to paint this as a beautiful thing, as a wonderful thing, oh, it's a gift from God. No, we were not designed to struggle in the way that she just kind of put herself through. Okay? And personally, being that it's happening right now in my own family and I'm observing this, no, I tell him the truth. My sisters tell him the truth. He hasn't called me and, done all this extra stuff. He told me one time, I'm having a baby, you're going to be a great aunt. I was like, cool. But he's not here blowing up my phone, trying to brag about it, because he knows how I feel. You made a bad choice. And when my sister was talking to him about, we could have given you a monthly subscription on condoms on Amazon, I would have delivered it to you in packs of 30. Why didn't you use a condom? This fool had the nerve to say, well, it doesn't feel the same. This is the mindset of what it's like for a teenager to have children. Are you serious? So I just think that the whole situation right now is messy. I feel bad for Tommie as a mom to, because I know that her heart is in the right place. I just feel like her approach is in the wrong place, is in the wrong area, because her daughter at 17 has the right to make the decision, and she made the decision. She's keeping the baby. And I think that the best thing she could do is try to find other ways to encourage her to try and find a way to make money and be self-sufficient, because doing that and, you know, hustling in that form is going to make sure that her child observes that she's at home with a mother who works, a mother who has dreams. And even if the father is not as much of a provider as he's supposed to be, because like I said, he has to be another 17, 18-year-old boy. He's still young, doesn't have a job. You know, he wouldn't know what to do either. The best thing she could do is have her daughter observe her as a working person, keep herself out of jail, not have the same toxicity that maybe Tommie provided and Tommie's mom provided, and try to do better to break the cycle. But to break that cycle, you know, it could be a generational curse, because here it is repeating itself. Tommie had a kid young, her mother had a kid young, Samaria's not having a kid young, you know, and stuff like that. And now she's on social media bashing her mom, just like Tommie was on TV bashing her own mama. It's insane what generational curses do, and how this entire cycle of a system is created to promote these type of things. They don't show them on TV in a good light. They're not showing them right now in a good light. And Samaria is used to seeing a lot of single black moms, young in age. I'm sure she's not the only one in her high school that was pregnant. I had a 12-year-old pregnant in my high school. And by the time she got to her senior year, she didn't have 4 abortions, and her mom kept taking her to do it. And I can think, where is your mom? Why you know, that kind of stuff. So it's not new. A lot of African-American young girls are growing up seeing other teen moms. So to them, they've normalized it as if it's okay. And Samaria doesn't really understand the depth of her decision and what she has done. She doesn't get it, and she won't get it until her daughter or son is born, and she really understands financially, emotionally, time-wise, how much effort she has to put in just to even make sure this kid is okay. So please like, subscribe, notification bell. Let me know what you guys think. For those of you who have not watched the Nick Cannon response, go watch it, because I had somebody leave me a long message on my comments trying to tell me about race and stuff like that, as if I wouldn't know what I'm going through or what my people go through. And I had to explain to him and break it down, like, no, bruh, like, stop. But go ahead and check it out. Leave me your opinion. Let me know what y'all think. You guys have a good day. Bye.